So a question has come up on the forum tonight, asking about how might one extract all of my annotations and the annotated text and be easily able to see that information in a single place or like a report. So there's no immediate quick way to do this, but I'm going to show you a few options and possibilities. So when you annotate a piece of text, the text is highlighted in blue and you can see the note at the bottom of the table. And it's a simple matter to add an annotation. It's just new annotation. And they're linked. So if I click on this annotation, the note is visible here. If I click on this one, the note changes at the bottom of the screen, so I can very easily see at a glance both the annotated text and the note itself. And here under Annotations in the Notes area, I can see a list of all my annotations. I can see that this document in the tutorial called Cooper Presentation has 6 annotations in it, and I can drill down on any of those and it will show me the annotated text and the note. So that bit is easy. The problem arises if I want to suddenly see all my annotations, which may be spread across multiple nodes, multiple documents. I just want to see them in one place. And for many things in NVivo, there's a report you can run, and that would give it you different types of summaries. But I don't have the option in NVivo at the moment to run a report on annotations. It just doesn't exist. You can't use the annotation fields to customize a report, so it's not available. So, and here in this view of annotations where I can see what's annotated and to what extent, I can't actually see the text. I have to, individually drill in to each of those to see the text. So one option, if I'm creating annotations and I know I want to see them all later on in a single place, is to code them. I mean, I can simply create a node in here called Annotations, and every time I annotate a piece of text, I can take whatever context it was annotated in and I can drag that into a node and it will appear in here. Because it's easier if I have everything in a node, at least now, as you can see here, they're all in one place, every annotation that I have. Now I actually used a query to gather this information, but that's actually a whole other tutorial. I used a compound query to search and find all of my annotations across all of my source files and my nodes. But as I said, that's another piece of work. So you can gather, the point is that you can gather all this information into a node. It would involve running a compound query, and that's a query that not a lot of people would understand. It's quite tricky to use, but we'll do a separate series of tutorials on compound queries. Either way, I end up with my data in a node, all of the data that's annotated. And from here I have a couple of options for reporting. So I can right click here first of all and I can export the node and I have 2 options for exporting it should I say. One is a document. Now I don't really want the summary view. That would just show me this view of the node, which would be telling me what's annotated and to what extent. I actually want to see the quotes and the notes associated with them. So I wouldn't export it in that view. I would export the node for the references. And I can put that out onto my desktop and just save that now and open it on export, and it will open it up as a file. I have it actually done already, so this is what it would look like. It would look exactly the same as the node, except beside each of the highlighted annotations, there's a number. So all of these are linked to the actual annotations at the bottom of the page. Well, the bottom of the file. So it's an endnote rather than a footnote, which is okay. I mean, it's not bad if the node isn't too big or the document isn't too big, because I can see them all and I know which one refers to which. But it would be nicer if they were actually endnotes at the end of the page or footnotes at the end of the page rather than endnotes at the end of the document, because it could be, in theory, a very big document. And I have to go scrolling looking for where's number 11. So the next option is to do it a slightly different way. So I'll just move that back out of the way and I'll show you the other option, which is to right click here and do export the node again, this time as a HTML file. And I'll put that out on the desktop. Now I can include other things like relationships and see also links and memos if I want to. I can include any of those if I want to, but I'm just going to include my annotations. That's really what I want to talk about here. And I'll actually open that on import as well. So I'll export that. I'm just overwriting the one I ran earlier, and it'll export that into a format that's easily transferable and reportable to other people, because it's all you need is a web browser to look at a HTML page. So it creates the file, and it gives me quite a range of options of views as to how I see this information. So this is what it's created. It's created a file called Annotations. I can see that I have text, images, audio, video, and data sets all annotated. I can see how many annotations. There's 5 against this one, and I can see them. If I want to see all my text together, I just go to the text part, and there's all my different files. I can click on any of them. I can see the annotated text and the note. I can do the same for Thomas. I can do it for images. There's the image that's annotated, and there's the the note itself, and I can do this for several images. There you go. There's the annotation. It's this passage of the image that's annotated, and that's the note at the bottom. I can do it for my audios, and I could even play the audios and listen to them if I want. I can do it for my videos and my data set, my questionnaire. And again, if it's chopped there, I can expand and see the whole piece of text. So it's a workaround. It's not perfect. It would be nicer to be able to just get out a report, or to be easily able to get that content into a node. You would have to run a query if you didn't already have these coded, but at least it is an option, and it gives you the information that you can quick and easily see all of your annotated text and the associated notes. So I hope that's helpful.